So as you can tell, it's a beautiful blue sky day, but it's flipping freezing. But we're here down by the Tower of London to bring you their Christmas decorations for 2024. And again, they've pushed the boat out. They've gone royalty related and also London history related as well. So join us here at the Tower of London for their Christmas decorations for 2024. So let's see what they've got set up this year. And as you walk in, they've got this all set up, which would have been what's called a frost fair. So back in the 1800s and so, about 1814, and for 1,000 years before, the Thames often froze over. And then what they had was, during the harsh winters, they had the icing and they had frost fairs. And the gatherings on the ice were market stalls, festive cheer, and they included many Christmas pastimes, including the ice skating, sledging, and also theatre food and drink, and even roasting chestnuts on open fires on the ice. Can you imagine? Fire in the wrong place and you've gone through, you've lost all your market goods. Love that. There we go, we've got posters here. Back from the Frost Fair, 1700s. Amazing. So if you're a regular watcher of the channel, you know we've been down here loads to cover the different parts of the Tower of London, and I will put a link later on in here for you so you can see many of our videos. The Tower of London at a normal time, not just at Christmas, but the Christmas ones are always fantastic. This is the third year in a row that they've done something down here, and we've covered it as well. Right, I'm going to move on, otherwise I think I might get run over by the next march. Now, this is a really difficult one to film because you've got the sun coming through, so we'll see if we can actually block it off. Oh, there you go, might be able to get the chair now. So William the Conqueror, who's the king who actually built the White Tower, was crowned on Christmas Day in 1066 in Westminster Abbey, and William had guards stationed outside the Abbey in case there was unrest. Upon hearing the shouting, they thought the English were attacking and trying to set fire to the nearby buildings in panic. And around 1300, King Edward I had the current coronation chair made, which has been used since every coronation since. And that's over in Westminster Abbey. And I'm going to put a link to that on our videos up in the top right hand corner, where we've done Westminster Abbey, and you've got the coronation chair there. So that's why they've got a coronation chair. There you go. For me, there's always something magical about this square. I think it's probably got to be the sort of the Tudor buildings that are there, which of course the beefeaters live in, but it's also lovely. They quite often have something here on the green right in front, and there you go. This time of year, of course, they've got that lovely Christmas tree. Okay, so we're right in the centre, and if you're thinking, where are the crowds? That's because it's 10:30 in the morning. So if you actually get up and get in here early, you can avoid everything. Amazing. Right, let's get some stuff here. There we go, we've got a bit of wildlife down there as well. Lovely. That's St. Peter the Vincula. What I love about this tree here, not only the fact it's in gold, you've got coins hanging from it in the little pockets there, but also musical notes. And you've got squirrels still burrowing away. I'd also just like to add, yes, that is beautiful blue sky, which we often don't get this time of year either. So we've hit the Tower of London on an amazing day. And actually, this is the Friday before Christmas, Friday the 20th. So this video's out on the 22nd. So literally, we're down here videoing it and getting it out to you. And that's how beautiful London can be. But I can tell you, it's slightly nippy. There you go, there's your weather forecast. You know us Brits, love to talk about the weather. So one of the extra bonus things, if you come down to the Tower of London, you get right up close to the soldiers who are wearing their winter gear, moving around to keep warm. But also, don't ever forget to take in this magnificent view here in the centre of the Tower of London. the wonderful White Tower. That's the Fusiliers Museum. We'll have a video of that. That's one of our concluding videos for our Tower of London series, covering all the different parts. And this is the barracks where the soldiers are in. But in that part, and if you've been here you'll know, that's where the crown jewels are kept. Unfortunately, no, we haven't filmed those. You can't film those. They do not allow you to take cameras in for that, unfortunately. But a great view round. So we're right by the White Tower, and underneath it we have this. Now this is King Edward I's lavish Christmas. And well, Christmases in medieval times, lavish affairs with feasts which lasted for days. And in 1286, King Edward I spent 12 times the usual amount feeding his guests, including over 3,000 gallons of wine. Can you imagine 3,000 gallons of wine? Better start now. Anyway, the king also gave gifts of clothing to his family and their household. And in 1304, the king's Christmas robes were made from a dark red fabric trimmed with the expensive white fur, which must have looked very festive. So, in 1304, King Edward I's Christmas menu included 1,742 chickens, 204 partridges, 192 ducks, 72 plover, and 22 pheasants. Plover. Never heard of that before. So also by the White Tower, you have this, which is all about the entertainment of the Tudor court. And Christmas has always been a time of fun and entertainment. So Tudor kings and queens were entertained during the festive season with drama, dancing and games. And they had superior mummers in their animal masks and they performed for the court. And these mime artists were popular at Christmas time. And what you've got here also is you've got what's called the Lord of Misrule, which sits on the throne causing mischief, typically played by a junior member of the court, and this is a fun game of role reversal. The area here was once the centre of a fortress, and it also held the kitchens, galleries and the great hall for banquets and also celebrations. That's right where it would have been. Hence, you've got these animal looking people. And then my bit I always love here is where the old meets the new. So there you go, you've got the Shard Beater building right behind it on the fortress wall. And if you've never done the Tower of London, make sure you do those fortress walls because it gives you fantastic views into the Tower of London, but also of the Thames and out as well. Now I love this one. They have this here every year, the polar bear that sticks in situ all the time, all the way through the year, but they always sort of use it. So in the 1250s, the King of Norway gifted King Henry III polar bear, which was kept here at the Tower. The bear was allowed to fish in the Thames, which must have been a great surprise to some of those medieval Londoners at the time who were walking by. Although not quite as cold as Norway, London did get cold enough for the Thames to freeze over, perhaps making the polar bear feel a lot more at home. And also, did you realise that animals were popular presents for medieval royalty? And Henry III also received an elephant from the King of France. It was probably a joke, probably didn't know where the heck he was going to keep it. So he thought, I know what we'll get him. We'll get him something that he can't keep anywhere, an elephant. From 1235, the Tower became home to some of the monarch's most unusual and lavish guests. And for over 600 years, rulers from many countries gifted animals to the monarch. The Tower was home to the polar bear, which we covered already, and an elephant, lions, tigers, baboons and everything in between. And whilst we may not send lions and tigers as presents, presents still a central part of Christmas day to day. And can you see, there's one of the baboons, which is normally up on the wall, has jumped down and is hidden somewhere above. Look high above behind. Right, we'll have a look in just 1 second. Right, let's have a quick look at the tree. There we go, we've got all sorts of animals hanging from it. Lions, tigers, various other types. There we go. Oh yeah, and there he is, there's the missing baboon, right up there, high on the tower. It's now almost become an annual outing, getting to the Tower of London and covering their Christmas decorations. Or, more importantly, what it was like in the monarch's time way back when and how they celebrated Christmas and their take on it. So, a bit of a history lesson, stroke, bit of Christmas decoration, which is always great, really love it. The Tower of London, an amazing place. We've done so many in our series. I'm going to put a video in the top right hand corner of one of our visits here, but we've got about 18 to 20 videos of different places at the Tower of London. It gives you a more in-depth look and also a more in-depth look at the history as well. And we've got one more to come in the new year where we look at the Fusiliers Museum, our final place there. Tower of London, lots of people ask me, actually, is it worth spending the money and going to the Tower of London? I would say yes, but here's a couple of tips for you. Number one, spend a whole day. Don't try and do anything else that day. There is so much to see and then you won't see it all. Get here early, because if you want to see the crown jewels, and I've just been in and seen the crown jewels, unfortunately you can't film in there, which is a real shame, but it gives that mystique, which is brilliant. The first thing you do is get into the crown jewels. I literally went in there, straight in, round, had a really good look, went round again, there's hardly anyone in there. So this time of the day, at about 10 o'clock in the morning, it's fantastic to do. You beat the crowds in there. And also, not only do you get the joys of being at the Tower of London and seeing some of the amazing buildings, but you also get some of the wildlife as well. And squirrels abound. They're around here. And also, don't forget, you've got the ravens as well. So, I'm going to leave you with a video of one of our parts that looks at the Tower of London. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoyed Christmas at the Tower of London for 2024. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.